Okay. Audios look good.
Oh. Yep.
It may be the end of the draft, but it is Sunday night evening amateur league over here on All About Dota. I am Sequoia, Legions alongside. The draft's almost over, but who do you favor so far? Do you have any interesting highlights you'd like to add?
I think the Enigma pick's pretty interesting here, just given the team comp. Um, Neither team really has a definite like right-click carry, so I think those will probably be the bands troll coming out. Wouldn't surprise me to see like a Juggernaut band come out here. Weeb doesn't really have I mean, they have okay ways, I guess, to stop the Enigma ult. They've got the hook shot and the ice path.
Yeah, Ice Bath's pretty good. Hookshot could be difficult depending on the situation. Omni Knight, obviously, the repel will help with the damage, but not going to stop the black hole. Shadow Fiend might pick up a Yule's. That's a pretty common pickup right now, so that's probably even more an incentive for him to get it with the Enigma out in the field. On the flip side, though, they have, well, I guess they probably wouldn't gather up too much. The Jakira can stay quite a ways back. Omni Knight should definitely not be in the front line. And we get the final pick. Faceless Void. That's a, I will say, Knights of Lil continue their interesting drafts.
Yeah, I actually don't think this is like as interesting as
No,
last week.
no. I don't think they could beat that. That was,
I mean, you can have the like, kind of a classic old school double bubble strategy with the Enigma ult and the Phoenix ult, or not Phoenix, the Void ult. So you can get one off, then get the other off. You have good push with the Shaman and the Eidolons. There may be lacking a little bit in right click, at least until that OD gets some int items, but overall, it's actually a pretty well rounded lineup.
I think Undying's an interesting hero that's picked up. I think the only team I ever see that picks him up is Secret, which I always just think that's a little bit on the interesting side when only one team's picking up a particular hero. Ooh, go for the Drow Ranger.
Uh, Kind of an interesting pick given the amount of catch and ability to like just get on top of the Drow Ranger that there is available. She
Yeah.
gets caught in a black hole or a chronosphere, she's just dead. So this Omni Knight's going to have to do some work in protecting his carries because both of them are pretty susceptible to burst damage.
And that OD can put the burst damage down, throw a couple orbs out, and his ult is going to just crush these two main right clickers over here on Weeb.
Yeah, Satan and Truckwaffle managed to stack their ults and then allowing the OD to stack up in and then the hammer drops. There's not really going to be any survivors after that.
Do you think OD has the coolest looking ult in the game?
um,
Like, it's an alt that just, to me, it just seems like it's just pure chaos, and like usually when it hits, it's pure fear runs through you because you think you're dead.
I think Black Hole's probably my favorite. There's nothing better than a good black hole in a game.
All right, I'll concede that. I definitely will concede that. I just really like.
And with the classic Clockwork Shadow Fiend thing going on here, denying cogs, getting those souls up as much as possible.
I did enjoy. Remember, was it not this season? Must have been last season when LSC were trying to do this, and they kept not coordinating right. And then Captain Tar does an all chat. Well, we aren't good at that. That was pretty enjoyable. So we have a little action going on here. Pueblo, Drow Ranger. Oh. Tell you what, Legion, I'm gonna warn you, I'm a little riled up tonight, so I might have some riled up comments.
Well, along with our viewers or viewer, I look forward to it.
I just got down for a hockey game, and there was this number 40, and he got me pretty riled up. And what gets you all riled up, and what's the best part about it? When you score twice in their face after being told many, many four-letter words, and it felt pretty fantastic. And I said
Well,
that.
bring that passion to the cast.
That's what I'm planning. All right, looks like
Pretty standard. Oh no, actually, Satan manages to pick up 2 there, contests that top rune all by himself against the Drow. A little bit surprising. I don't know if she was thinking that there would be more people there as backup or what, but
I think he'll have a pretty decent lane too. The Enigma or the Jakiro will be kind of annoying, but I think the Drow's gonna have to play pretty aggressive to do much against him. Doesn't have any massive wave clear until that dual breath gets leveled up.
I almost wonder if it would be better for the Shadow Shaman to be in the mid lane and the Undying to be up at top. Void's really not going to need a ton of help here. He can always time walk off the damage from the Omni Knight. He can trade fairly well. Omni does have 2 more armor than he does, but all in all, it shouldn't make that big of a difference with time walk.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. If you can get that Enigma a little bit of protection, especially as Eidolon. Ooh, I think Enigma's caught out here. Clockwork rotates in. Undying going to do some blast, but Clockwork's going to... Oh, wow. Actually, Enigma gets pretty far away. I think he's going to be okay. Now Michael Jackson on the run from the Drow Ranger, but he's going to be okay too. I am very good call from Satin there, being really aggressive on knowing that those cogs are only level 1 and ends up getting out of that. Really good play from him.
It was a little bit close because he ran into the cog on his way out, but really not in as much danger as we kind of assumed.
Yeah, when I saw those cogs come down, I thought he was dead. Nice rotation from good old Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, bird dog.
Well, you know what they say, he is for real.
Andy's all riled up and Legion's busting out the puns. We're switching roles here.
Omni still has a ward on him. Pretty interesting. I don't know if he saw the sentry go down here from Radiant or if he's just holding on to it for some reason, but not very often that at 2 minutes you see a ward still in the inventory. His lane is pushing in towards the tower here. Not quite where he wants it, but all in all, things going pretty well. Omni Knight's a hero in Dota 2, so he should be just fine down there.
Oh, I was heading that way, and I misclicked the map, and I did not click on him.
A little bit of a BM here.
With a little poop emoji.
Well, all in all, things going pretty dang well here for the Dire as Shadow Fiend, as to be kind of expected with that cog early start, is pretty well crushing his lane. Also hasn't had to use any of his regen.
A little bit of trouble. Trying to get... Ooh, nice purification does come out. Oh, and the stun. Gonna do some jukes around the trees. Couple hits from the Shadow Shaman. I think he's out of mana, though. Yeah, he is. I think he's dead. He's just... It's how long it'll take him to get dead. He does eventually go down to the Shadow Shaman. Void
so
wasn't even
another
worth
good rotation from that Undying.
This Undying's doing some pretty decent work. A little surprised. Wow, this Clockwork's taking a ton of damage from this Enigma.
Eidolons, when you get 6 of them, they can do quite a lot of work. Clock's going to go up, maybe try to cog, or is he just going to run right by? Nope, he's going to throw battery salt out there.
Yep, here comes the rune. Doesn't end up grabbing it.
And taunts himself away. Is this an SA team?
I was about to say the same thing. Oh, this roast beef is so good. I'm not really sure I understand the reference on that one, but...
Nope, that ward actually placed right into sentry range, so he must not have seen that sentry. Once the shaman comes around there, he'll be able to see that, and that'll be a free 100 gold with some double regen for him. if he elects to eat it. Oh, they see it? Oh, no, Undying's gonna swap it. The Omni should have seen that ward go down, though, before they killed it. Kind of a mistake there.
Oh, Shadow Shaman. It looks like he's going to go on Omni Knight, but... No, oh, ends up getting this hold.
Awkward.
Gonna get the purification out, but the zombies are there. Gonna start smacking that Omni Knight, but probably... Oh, does get Knights of Wand off and then crushes the zombie to the head. Odie ends up going to the mid lane while we were watching that action.
Yeah, the Clockwork rotated in there, trapped him in cogs, and those stacking raises from the Shadow Fiend managing to finish him off. So, good kill there on the mid hero for Lil B.
I'd have liked to actually see if where he used his imprisonment, if that was on cooldown or...
He used it on Shadow Fiend, I believe. Or on a creep. He did use it. I think he used it offensively.
Manning up on Omni Knight down here, but they're still just trading hits, both reasonably low. Omni Knight's got some decent mana though. Could go for another purification. Alex, just hold it for now. Nay. Drow's getting a ton of free farm up here. 26 and 24. Her and Shadow Fiend are having a pretty good day.
And the Clockwork circled the Enigma, wants to come up here and do a little bit more harass, but the Undying is in here. Stun will come out. That Malefice is only level 1, so Clock will be able to walk away.
Pretty, like truck waffles getting gone on in here from Omni Knight. Omni Knight gets shackled up, but the shackle is now done, only level 1. I don't think they're going to have enough. He's got enough for another purification.
The bash.
Does get first turn bashed. Wants to make sure he prevents getting stunned from the Shadow Shaman, but he is completely out of mana. Oh, gets blocked in by the creeps. Void comes in there, smacks him once with his... Yeah, that was MVP creeps right there.
And in the top lane, Satan in a lot of trouble here. He's getting healed up by Michael Jackson, but will fall to the Drow. Meanwhile, that zombie tombstone is down. Jack will have to TP out. Drow gonna stand her ground here, throw some ice arrows. She'll be fine.
Shadow
659.
Oof.
Oh, maybe in a little trouble here as Hasted Clockwork comes from behind. He's got the battery salt on him. Now the cogs as well. And the double raise will end the life of 659.
That mid laner, that OD is having a pretty rough game. Died twice, I think? Yeah, died twice.
Down by 20 CS, yeah. And has had 25 denies as well. Yeah, life has been pretty tough for him. They've had some really good rotations coming in from the Dire. And when you think of the supports for Lil B, you don't really think of rotating
Clockwork's
supports.
Gonna see if he can get the Shadow Shaman battery. So, up
in the top lane
off the Chronosphere, but the Cogs is doing really good at zoning out that Void. Battery Assault is now online. Purification is almost grabs the Void, but not quite. Now Clockwork's taking some pot shots from the tower. Just taunting away. That Clockwork is having a lot of fun.
And in the top lane there, the Enigma and Undying kind of went offensive into the jungle here. I believe they were searching for that bounty rune, and the Undying pays with his life.
What's Enigma grabbing first item? Oh, he's just going to grab his...
Look at mana boots for now.
He's pretty far behind too, mostly in the jungle, so even though he's got some pretty good CS, his net worth's not extremely high. Only 2,000
He's also died twice.
It's a little... Not the laning phase they really like. I think Void might have won his lane. Yeah, it looks like he's doing really well, but that's about it. Other two lanes, especially mid. Mid just was a total disaster.
And he won his lane, but not really to a great extent. The Omni Knight still got 21 CS. seems to be in a better position overall than the Enigma, even though he doesn't quite have his Soul Ring yet.
Yeah, Omni-Knight is just getting mana, doing purification.
Towards the mid lane here, Michael Jackson may be in a little trouble here as the Clockwork's doing clockwork things. He will fall to the Shadow Shaman. A raise will take care of him, though. Velvevel on a killing streak, and this is definitely the start you want if you are a Shadow Fiend. 61 and 33. He's got Drum Treads, Aquila. He's living the dream right now.
I think he said, oh, and then he finds a DD. Can't ask for much better than that.
In the bottom lane here, Omni-Knight is going to throw up the GA and force back Michael Jackson. Battery Assault doing all kinds of work too. Shackles do come out, interrupted by the Battery Assault. Drowse here as well, throws out the silence. Clockwork wants to go for more. He blocks in the Truck Waffle, and Truck Waffle will fall. Michael Jackson now in some trouble as the Drow dive in the tower here. He's got one more hit. The Urn will take him down. Tower shots going on to the Drow, but now she wants to go for the Shadow Shaman along with his Clockwork. The tower is hitting the Clockwork, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to de-aggro onto these creeps, and he will be fine. 3 heroes for 1 in that trade, and the Dire are going to be very, very happy with that trade.
Yeah, no kidding. That's they're gonna see if they can maybe get the deny on this tower, but oops. Oh, and Cardi grabs the kill. Now over here in mid, they're gonna get this tier 1 too. Nothing they can do about it. Might even get OD. Nope. Ends up not opting to go for it. Just claiming his CS.
Yeah, this Shadow Fiend, he doesn't really even... Oh, hook shot. He's pinging it out here. He's like, guys, come help. But I don't even know if he's going to need help. Battery Assault might be enough to do it with the Urn on his own. No, Shackles are going to come out here. The Orbs onto the Clockwork now. Throws out another Urn and a Rocket and a right click to spare. This is not going to be enough.
Oh, with the imprisonment.
The Astral will take that off. Very, very close play there by the Clockwork. Almost picking up that kill. Before that, I wonder what the Shadow Fiend is going to go, because he had like 1,700 gold, and he is going to go S and Y. Has a Yasha purchased up already. So 12 minutes in, he's got Drum and half of S and Y.
So give us the audio playback. I got a little problem with my Dota client. I'm going to reconnect.
All right, support's kind of rotating into the mid lane, but nobody from either team is really there. Enigma has retreated into his own jungle. Little fight over the regen rune, but now Clockwork, he just wants to go on the Shadow Shaman up by the Radiant bottom Ancients. Battery Assault is going to come out, and Eidolon will come over just to scare him away. Malefice going to go onto the Clockwork, but Cogs onto the ramp are going to cut off any kind of pursuit, and wouldn't you know it, there's a handy-dandy regen rune sitting bottom river for him. Supports for both teams now going to rotate to the bottom lane. Actually, Clock's going to go back for more. Standing next to this Radiant bottom Ancient, he's going to scout out the Enigma in the jungle there. Throws out a rocket to see if anybody else is in the area. He kind of jukes the hook a couple times here. He's got Jakiro and Shadow Fiend coming in. Enigma totally thought that Clockwork was alone. 2-man hit Chronosphere onto the Shadow Fiend and to the Clockwork. Battery Assault keeping the Void from getting any right clicks onto him, though. He's going to time walk forward. He will get the Clockwork after a little bit of an adventure, but the Shadow Fiend, the much more valuable kill, will end up walking away. In the meantime, Omni-Knight pushing in the top lane here for the Dire. Shadowblade purchased up for the Drow. She is quite farmed as well. The 2 top net worths in the game going to Shadow Fiend and to the Drow. Although that Shadow Fiend is sitting real pretty. 7,600 gold, 2,500 above the Void, and about 2,000 ahead of the Drow.
Yeah, I thought the Drow was a little bit of a greedy pick, but they gave her all the protection she needed. I think you were right. I think the lanes of not sending the Shaman there are kind of coming back to bite them in the butt. Oh, Enigma runs into an invisible Shadow Fiend, and he's going to get just blasted down. Not in range to get the stuns off. Thought I heard a
The Shadow Fiend's about 800 gold away from his Sange, so.
Oh, and Void gets picked off as well, I think at the bottom lane. Yep, must have been a hook shot. No, not a hook shot, just ran at him.
Silence.
Silence. That Shadow Blade reveal.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Apparently Shadow Fiend got a salve, so he's back at full health now.
Lil B just needs to find some space to farm so
Shadow
he gets some
Fiend
of these key
drums
items
up,
up.
trying to get some raises, gets a nice double raise up on the OD. Now the ice
Nice
path.
ice path.
Michael Jackson in all sorts of trouble. And the rocket seals the deal from downtown, and now the Shadow Shaman will follow him. Void jumps in, but without a Chronosphere. Not much follow-up he can do. Enigma is in the neighborhood. Could look for a black hole, but it's pretty risky. Actually, instead, Drow finds him in the corner. And now I think these the Dire team's ready to start taking out some tier 2s. And they are going to fall very, very fast. Holy cow.
That was exactly what Lil B doesn't want to do. They need to go out and find farm wherever they can. Just split the map up. The Enigma does have the Blink Dagger, but with the hook shot, he has to make 100% sure that he gets the Clockwork into that black hole if he wants it to be effective. But nobody else really has much in the way of key items. Outworld Devour decided to go for Drum first, and he's got dual Null Tally long ways away from this Force Staff into Dragon Hurricane Pike. There we go.
And I think this is what Dire want, right? Really fast pace, consistent pressure on towers. Do have a Chrono? Nope, no Chronosphere yet. It's still not available. Shadow Blade does go up on the Drow. We have a black hole here up on the top lane. Looks like probably going to have a Clockwork go down. Yep, and now Shadow Fiend is on the run. Does get stunned up. Macropyre goes down, trying to give him some cover, but he doesn't end up going down. That's a 7-kill streak going down, and 3 heroes go down. And I am assuming that will be a fairly significant net worth swing.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to eat a little crow there as they take a team fight and win that one pretty heavily. The Enigma, great job on the Blink reveal there, getting both the Clockwork and the Shadow Fiend into that ultimate.
So was Enigma in the forest on the side? I didn't quite see him how he got that far deep.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really good play from Satin over there. He's definitely in the right spot at the right time.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now OD.
They want to go on this Omni now.
Oh, and they're bringing in all sorts of friends. Enigma's going to just stand next to him. Drums is going to be popped. Malthus is getting procced. Time delay, dialysis delay, whatever it's called. Some more bashes. Just dropping all the intelligence. He gets dumber and dumber. Another
body blocks. Oh, Satan actually.
Oh! They didn't guarantee the kill, and he gets away. The uphill mischance. Clockwork's gonna come in here. They're gonna end up getting a kill either way, but man, that Omni Knight. Always
they get a kill, but it's the less valuable kill as it's the Clockwork.
Always make sure you get your kill, Legion. Always, always, always.
And while that was going on, the Drow got another pick off onto the Undying as well, so overall pretty even trade there.
Oof. Void just picked up a Battle Fury at 18 minutes, and I guess it's a little better now.
He has Mask of Madness too, so considering the way things have gone, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, the game just seems like it's been a lot longer than 18 minutes. I was thinking it was more like 22, 25, but the Dire team is just very, very aggressive on getting these towers, so it feels like it's a little later than it is.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think these tier 2s are going to start taking a lot of siege damage from this Drow. Oh, looks like Dire are going to... I think this is the right plan, too. They want to stick together. They do have a pretty good team fight, and now that the ults are mostly down, the Chronosphere is up.
Yeah, it just kind of depends on what they want to do. If they want to just take these towers and then farm, their lineup actually scales really well into the late game. The only thing they have to worry about is getting caught into these combos. As long as they can win or survive the team fights where the big ults are dropped, they can do all right. Shadow Shaman catches up the clock.
Oh, uh-oh, dual man. Oh, what's the Shadow Fiend is not opting to come in there. Big Kronos here. I guess he was trying to look out for that. Nice Ice Path. Going to start doing all sorts of... Shadow Fiend all comes out. Gets kind of clips on the back end. Oh, man, that poor guy was just caught in the middle of all those wards. Now, looks like Drow's trying to get in there, but those Serpent wards are doing a really good job on zoning out the Dire team. And now Time Dilation comes out. I think it kind of whiffed everyone. I'm not really sure. Omni Knight, not really sure what. I think there's a little bit of miscommunication from the Dire. They don't really know what they're doing. Now it looks like they want to re-engage. Omni Knight going to kind of do a nice purification in. Nice 4-step. Oh, and the Enigma. Oh, but the Drow Blast wasn't there in time, and he is able to use his quick fingers and gets the blink away, but looks like they're going to try to stave the tower. It is not quite deniable. Dire still sitting up here. 4-man heroes. Looks like their Clockwork's coming back in. Shadowblade from the Drow. Give him protection. Smoke up here. Looks like the Radiant want to do something.
Both teams want to do something as the Dire come back in here for this tower.
Yeah, the tower is so low, they probably want to just see if they can commit to it. The
The
glyph
Enigma
was
ult
used.
is up, but the Chrono is not, so they're just not going to contest this at all.
Its top tower has fallen.
Drow looks like she's trying to scout out a kill, but she's not going to be able to find anything here.
Oh, I thought that was a DD. It was just
Those range creeps and Cardi doing a heck of a job here, pushing into the bottom lane.
oh yeah, look at that. Should get another. Yep, it is deniable, so Radiant will likely go take. Oh, maybe not. Radiant do pop a scan, so they should know Drow is available because there are heroes outside the pit. The pit protecting from the scan. Deciding who's gonna take it. Shadow Fiend opts to take the. Who do you think's better to have the Age? Shadow Fiend, right? I mean,
Yeah, I think at this point he's doing more damage.
and he's more on the front line too, right? I mean, he's gonna kind of be hitting towers, using that aura, reducing armor.
Yeah. And he doesn't have the Shadow Blade. The one argument that you could make for the Drow is that she's got 400 less HP. So that is kind of a concern, but like you said, he's going to be front and center. He's going to be the bigger kill because he is a higher level and slightly higher in net worth. They scout out the Shadow Shaman here, or maybe he scouts out them. The Void, battery assault onto the Void. He time walks away, but now the Shadow Fiend's here. Chrono goes up, but the hook shot does connect. Drow's in the middle of this here, wants to stop the TP, but they don't have anything to do it, and so the Void will get out. Pinks come onto Young Pup here as he's going to get 3 hit there by the Drow Shadow Fiend combo.
Oof.
And that's a dead tower here. I don't know why it didn't get denied. I don't know if they didn't notice it or what, but
Yeah, I don't think Shadow Shaman got the memo. When that Chronosphere is out, he should have just bolted for the base.
yeah, it seemed like the supports were kind of trapped in the middle there between a little indecision. Backdoor protection not going to save that tower. This Shadow Fiend hits for so much when the Drow's around. It's
Oh
actually
my
kind
gosh.
of insane.
300 damage plus the freaking raises if he hits a hero. You can't really. A creep wave is not going to survive. Alright, Enigma's going to pop down the Midnight Pulse. Wards are going to come out to try to protect the tower a little bit. You think they're probably just going to. Nope, never mind. I thought they were just going to reset and start sieging, but opting to see maybe if they can go pick up this kill up here. They know the OD's around. Rocket's not going to scout him out. OD, I don't think he knows, but, oh, maybe he does know. He just keeps going further and further away.
He has a teleport. He's just going to try to push in this wave, maybe try to force somebody back, but if it's the decision between uphill and a tier 2, you probably just take the loss of the tier 2. And at the same time, Dire are going to choose to shove in both the mid and the bottom lane. I like this decision here. They have 2 really good range cores that can siege towers. and no need to put all your eggs in one basket, especially when they've got the black hole and the serpent wards.
Ooh, looks like Drow actually gets caught out by the Chronosphere. Dual Breath will maybe give her a little protection, but not enough in the Void. He may have gotten the kill, but he will pay with his life.
It's still a good trade for them, as in the top lane there, the Clockwork tried to go onto the OD, but the hammer dropped on him. Not maybe a good trade if this tier 3 tower goes down, and he is repelled, at least for the moment. One more hit left on that thing. Heal will come out on the Shadow Fiend. Ice Path to zone them out, and he'll get away, but this tower, only 86 HP remaining.
Oof, yeah, and he still had Aegis too. Even if
Yeah, I almost feel that he should have just used the Aegis there, like stayed there for one more right click. He might have died, but he wouldn't have died in the base. He would have died probably out by the Sentry Ward with the extra protection that they had.
if they had Guardian Angel, I mean, I think they had what they needed. A little surprised as well.
And especially because like that, taking that tower is so important because it means more map control. It means you get rid of shrines, which opens up Roshan even more when he comes up in the next 4 to 6 minutes. It just does a lot of things for your team. Gives you a little bit of more of a gold advantage, which they're at 7K, but it's been pretty stagnant at 7K for the last probably 7 minutes or so.
Yeah, absolutely. I also think it's a little interesting that how efficient this OD's been farming. Oh, he's trying to get out. Not sure he's... Yeah, he's gonna... Oh, Clockwork wasn't quite there. Oh. OD is keeping up in farm. Same with the Void. The Void Battle Fury definitely stepping in there, giving him some additional farm.
And it feels like the reason that they're able to keep up with this is the Dire are running around trying to find team fights, trying to siege towers, and that doesn't leave a lot of time for creep hitting. And while they're doing that, there's usually one hero or two out pushing lane somewhere, jungling, doing something to get farm. This is kind of what I expected them to do before that big team fight that they won. Just kind of split things up and try to catch up with farm, but you know, when you have these combos, anything can happen, even with a 7K gold advantage.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's why the Dire is being as careful as they are. Aegis has been reclaimed. 10 second? Yeah, 10 second BKB up on the Shadow Fiend.
We'll go Butterfly next, which will protect him from the Void and from the OD. I mean, he has Butterfly BKB. I don't know how they kill him.
No idea. He is going to be quite the beast.
It will be interesting to see what level 20 talent he takes. If he takes the evasion for the... I know that it doesn't stack additively, but it's still a pretty decent ability to grab. He'll probably opt for the Shadow Raise damage, though. I would imagine.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially with the Clockwork. Dust does come out on this Drow Ranger. She is caught out. Nice juke from her, able to force staff around. Does actually Yules the Void up in the air. Nice job. I'm assuming that was Jakiro that did that.
Great sentry placement there, allowing them to see Truck Waffle as he walks in there. I believe that was the debut of the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, I think it was too. I don't know if they knew it or not, but really good interrupt from the Jakiro.
Now Lil B is smoked up, moving into this middle lane here. They're going to walk into the Jakiro. Void will Shadow Blade away, assuming that there's more help on the horizon, and there is. Battery Assault, they see the Enigma here. Frost Arrow is going to come out, but they know Void's cloaked somewhere. But in the meantime, look at this Shadow Fiend.
Here comes...
I think he, even with the OD there, I think he could still walk up, kill that tower, BKB, get away.
That's what I was thinking he was going to do. Do you have
Yeah,
a little
now
bit
in the
of
mid
a
lane,
fight
we have
here?
a little bit of fight here.
Looks like the Clockwork's going to back up. Tombstone was dropped. Teams are kind of disengaging. Did hear a Shadow Blade. Chronosphere is available. Probably seeing if he can do something about this Clockwork.
Oh no, the Shadow Fiend. He got a hit on it, but it wasn't quite enough. 13 HP left on this tower. Instead, he TP's back. Nice silence on the 3 heroes there. The
Nice.
jump in from the Omni. Can they get this Void? They can. He's down for 72 seconds unless he buys back.
Oh,
now Yule's up onto the Shadow Shaman.
He's going to turn the Omni Knight into a ram, but it's not going to give him any protection. Now the Omni Knight is going to see if he can get the Shadow Fiend back up to full health as he runs and sees if he can get more kills. He can't yet. He did opt to go for the Shadow Raise damage, which we were kind of talking about, like was likely before. Now the Omni Knight blinks in there, strikes that tower with his hammer. It finally goes down. Buyback from Void is coming up, but it's not going to be in time for this Rax. It is down. Void is Shadow Bladed up, trying to get in there, but the drums pop from Dire, and they're just not going to be fast enough. One weakness of the Shadow Blade, that drum, really excellent disengage item.
Yeah, if this Void can hit level 20 and get the 500 time walk cast range, it's not as big a deal, but he's just a little bit short of it right now. So has to buy back to force them out, but they still get the melee and the tier 3. They get the bottom shrine, and that top shrine will be soon gone as well. And Roche timer is up. He will be up in just over a minute, looking like a minute 15. Which will be perfect timing for the Dire as they will start to march up towards the top lane, I would assume, very quickly here.
Yeah, I think the Radiant need to be a little bit careful, or a little bit more aggressive. They're kind of on the back end of these fights, not able to get their big ults off. Drow's doing really good on silencing these people, these cores going in there, and they can't drop their ults. I think they need to get the drop on some of these fights instead of getting caught out in these weird kind of mid map situations. They've been caught out in a few times now.
I think if you're Radiant, you just kind of wait for this Roshan too. That's the best place that you can fight right now with those two ultimates.
Good point.
And the Dire, they want to try to find something before the Roshan spawns. If they can find the Void, this game essentially just ends.
Looks like Void
Instead,
did get his level 20 talent. Ends up going for the plus 40 attack speed.
ooh, interesting. I think that may be. I mean, I understand what he's thinking. Is like he's the right-click damage for his team, but if he can't initiate, what like happened in the withdraw in the bottom lane there, it's not gonna matter if he has right-click damage.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was just saying that they need to start the initiation. I think any tool that you can add to your toolkit that makes you that successful is going to be a big win. Looks like they do.
BKB is up on the Enigma now.
So they will have to stop that black hole with a hook shot, which, depending on the Eidolon placement, can be very difficult.
It's like a little bit of a trade going to go on here as Radiant have grouped up into the bottom lane and top lane. Dire have grouped up. They've taken the shrine and Roshan is up. So it could be classic tier 2 for Roshan trade. Unfortunately, the Roshan has cheese as well, so two heroes going to get a very big boost here.
That's sweet, sweet Gouda.
Yeah, the Shadow Fiend, who is a little bit more survivable, picks up the cheese. He also has BKB, where the Drought is not.
Oh, the Enigma's
Oh,
caught out
Satan.
and just gets ripped to shreds by the Drow and Shadow Fiend.
He does have buyback, so if this Void can get a good Chrono... Oh, he's just going to buy it out right away here.
Nice Hurricane Pike from the OD. Does get some decent intelligence steal. Trying to get more, but the Repel's going to set. Nice BKB. Is getting the Omni Knight. Might be able to get him, but he's going to die back for that. Now Chronosphere is going to be dropped in. They're going to see if they can get this Drow, but I think she's got Aegis. Yes, she does. So they're going to have to get her twice, but they're not even going to get her once. And the Shadow Fiend is still in the middle of things, just doing work. Now 2 down for the Radiant, and soon to be this Shadow Shaman does survive for a little while. Shadow Fiend is BKB'd up and just runs towards him. That was a scary moment for the Shadow Shaman, and now Drow is going to start sieging this tower as they want to go uphill. Aegis is still up on the Drow, even though she's low on health, so she doesn't really care. OD is a bit caught out here, getting kind of pushing the back line here. Probably going to blow down the hammer, and the Aegis is going to be bringing Drow back in. They might get the Shadow Fiend, not able to cheese because he was completely controlled up, and now the Drow, since Aegis is expended, is on the run. Jakiro kind of caught in the back line here. Oh, Drow re-engages on the Shadow Shaman. Oh, the Undying saves his life. Drow Hurricane Pikes away. Saves his freaking support. What a player.
I kind of feel like 659 in that fight debuted new item, the Blink Dagger. I feel like I understand what the thinking is. Like he blinked forward there, tried to do, kind of a cute, kind of a cool if it works play where you blink in hurricane pike somebody deeper into the base. It seems very risky for him to do that when he has two heroes that can blink in for him, and with that money, he could have. I mean, he could be well on his way to the sheep stick right now, instead of quite a ways from it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. What do you think he would have got? What do you think he should have gotten instead of the blink?
I think he should just finish. He should have just finished the MKB like he did, and then just go for the sheep stick. OD needs int, or ways to get int. BKB might not be a bad option either.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to see the BKB first and then go for the sheep stick. I really do like the sheep stick.
Like I said, I understand the thinking, and I think it's probably just like player preference kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
One thing we haven't talked about, Undying picked up our second favorite item.
Oh no! Oh, me and you don't always agree on items, but this is one we completely agree on. We do not like mech. Sequoia Legion, no to mech. Maybe it'll
no
get
to mech and Lincoln's very rare.
Yes. I mean, I was in a game today. Enemy team all picked up Lincolns. Guess what? Doesn't stop a Crystal Maiden ult. And guess what? Got a triple kill, almost a quad kill. That
Satan.
Enigma.
Just barely blinking out of the right click there.
Yeah, So, yeah, I don't know what the mech's going to bring you in this fight compared to a Glimmer Cape, compared to a Force Staff. I mean, shoot, I would even say like a Crimson Guard, which I'm not. Even that item I think is semi-questionable, but I think it's way better than a mech.
Yeah, especially with the Shadow Fiend Drow in this game. Like, I don't know. Like, my problem with mech is like the return on investment is not very good.
Yeah,
like it costs a lot with mana. It doesn't heal a whole lot, and it's a pretty expensive item.
I mean,
Drow comes back in here, sieges the range racks this time, so opting to throw her attacks onto the barracks that can't regen. Michael Jackson throws up his ultimate and a tombstone here. The Hurricane Pike onto the Drow forces her away.
But she was repelled, so she didn't get the Illusionary Orb stack on him, like he was probably hoping. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the mech is going to give you 250 health and 2 armor. The Shadow Fiend Aura nullifies the armor, basically, plus some. And the Drow alone hits for more than 250.
She is just tearing this Undying apart, throws the silence onto the OD, and turns on him for a moment, and then turns back to the Undying, tries to force staff her way. The GA will come out as the orb does lay into her, takes quite a bit of intelligence. And nice
black hole,
Enigma,
but the clockwork was ready for it, and now he is going to die. Beautiful black hole, but Clockwork was ready to roll on that one. And I think this is going to be the end of the Radiant.
The two cores do have buybacks, but there's no Chronosphere onto the Void. So they have no way to lock these heroes down. OD jumps, goes forward, hits the clock a couple times, but gets silenced for his trouble. And now Truck Waffle in some trouble, gets Cog to the side there. Shadow Summon's up here. He does goat the Jakiro, but it doesn't matter. This is an easy Rax. Even the hammer doesn't do a whole lot.
Dusts pop out from both teams. Everyone has.
Oh, this Clockwork does pop the Blade Mail, but not going to be enough to kill OD.
Not sure what Clockwork was doing there, but
he was trying to kill this barracks. I think maybe he thought that his team was coming, and so he was being cheeky and walked in there, but they didn't come, and he ended up dying.
He did not pick up the memo. I think the Shadow Fiend he's level 20. Oh, he's not level 25 yet, but very, very close. Yeah, I think this is when you GG smoke, right? I mean, you need to get something accomplished. You have one barracks left. Range racks, which is definitely the not as valuable racks.
The problem with the yellow smoke is that your ults aren't up. 3 seconds till the void ult, so it'll be up. But I don't know.
And
I think you kind of have to do something, but with the ults down, it's hard to do anything.
I wish I would have gotten a replay of that clockwork hook shot. That was beautiful. There was a decent amount of heroes in that black hole too, and missed all of them and hit the Enigma. Very, very pretty. OD did pick up his BKB. 10 seconds. He does have his buyback, but not his buyback's on off cooldown, but not enough gold quite yet.
Should be able to farm it up here pretty quick.
What do you think on Void? Like, I mean, this Chronosphere seems insanely important to their overall team fighting strategy. Is this do you think he needs to go Scepter or more right click?
Probably needs to continue on with the right click build.
He wasn't
He
the carry.
probably honestly needs BKB.
Yeah, you're probably
He can't afford to get ice pathed in this Chronosphere time and time again.
Yeah, you're right.
The Blink Force Staff from the OD almost gets caught there. Satan, not in a real enviable position, does ping it out, has the black hole. OD will try to bait this, but it doesn't look like the Dire are going to take it.
I think they're going to see this invisible rune up here. Someone's going to grab it, just not sure who yet. I think they... Oh, Radiance up on the Omni Knight. Oh, he's got his global GA up too. Oof. 10
The thing I want to
seconds.
point out about this lead that kind of indicates that it's like more of a team, like a team strategy thing, and just kind of shows how well the supports really did in the laning stage for the Dire. Is if you look at the net worth, most of the difference between the two teams is between the supports. I mean, you have 3,500 difference between the Clockwork. Actually, it's about 4,000 gold between the Clockwork and the Undying. Then you have 5,000 gold between the Jakiro and the Shadow Shaman. Like, these supports are super rich as Satan gets picked off in the bottom lane, and OD going to follow. Black Hole was used, but not what they thought was going to happen there. Both heroes do have buyback. Question mark indeed. They were trying to bait that out there. They knew that two heroes were there earlier, but...
Ooh. Yikes. You have some,
It'll be a BM coming out here.
Yeah. I think Dire gonna run up and grab this Rax. We'll see if, I mean, I assume they're gonna go for one more buyback defense.
Looks like a Ethereal Blade on the Drow. Gonna be able to burst some heroes down pretty quickly with the E-Blade and the raises.
OD down, still down for 30 seconds. Black Hole is still down as well. Void's down for 30 seconds. 40 seconds, jeez. Can't read. Drow just kind of... now Drow lays into the Void a little bit. Does have Manta, able to get rid of the silence. I guess Gyre just want to have one more fight with the OD, and they're going to get it. OD's backup does not have to buy back. Here comes the Mega Creeps are inbound. Hurricane Pike up on the Omni Knight. Get some decent intelligence stolen. Dire all over the place. BKB is popped from Shadow Fiend. Going to start blasting into this OD. He does imprison himself. Repel is up on the Omni Knight. Big Chronosphere comes in there. Clockwork tries to do something, but gets stopped by the Chronosphere. Now, Shadow Fiend going to man up against the OD and not able to do anything about it. Clockwork is going to get into the skin of his teeth. Jakiro with that Macro Pyre. Perfect positioning as soon as that BKB expended from the OD. Takes him out. Clockwork does end up going down in the end. Time dilation will stop this Jakiro from casting much else. And it will be a full team fight. Team down, but the Megas are here. Only one tier 4. Oof.
Yeah, the Manta's coming out here from Truck Waffle been pretty clutch. He manted out of a silence up towards the mid lane and manted out of an E-Blade there in the Chronosphere, which allowed them to get those kills and really turn that fight around. But like you said, Megas are now in play, or now reaching the base. They've been in play for a while, but they're reaching the base and causing the amount of trouble that you would kind of expect from them.
Sad.
So at this point, Truck Waffle has 6,000 gold.
Oh my gosh. He
Do
is
you
loaded.
just YOLO out and buy a rapier here?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think this is he's got Battle Fury, so he can still fight the Megas pretty well. I think he's got to, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's got the attack speed talent. Maybe just throw that Shadow Blade into your... Or maybe even boots. No, probably not boots. Probably throw the Shadow Blade into your backpack and buy a rapier. If he had the cast range on Time Walk, he
That's
could
what I was
definitely
about
get
to
rid of
say
boots.
too. Oh, I bet he's semi-regretting that decision now. That's a tough one. That's actually a... I don't know what the rating is on that, but that's actually a... They seem both pretty decent, but you hate to give up on one of them, but that's the beauty of the talent tree.
I would
You have
imagine
to.
with carry Void, it's probably more common to see the attack speed.
And he's in the secret shop now. Gonna wait for the 230 gold rune.
Yep,
Does end
there
up
it
going
is.
for the relic. Another
He
hit.
can. Well, he can buy it right here if he wants to. Or is he going to buy Nullifier instead?
Oh, he's gonna get spotted here. He actually goes aggressive on this drow. Any reveal? No reveal. There is something that sees him there, though. He's going to have to see if he can get out of this. Time Walk does go down the Undying, going to give him a little bit of extra protection. He gets sent in the air, and now he's silenced up. I don't think he's going to get out of this. He will end up going down. Now, nice actually control on this guy over here in the shadows. It was the Omni Knight. Now OD is about to get just blasted by this Shadow Fiend. He's not much he can do. Doesn't present himself. 2 down for Radiant, 1 down for Dire. Buyback comes down from Void. OD's going to send himself into the air. BKB will come out, protecting him for a little bit longer. He force staffs himself out. Clockwork says, no, you get back here. Satin actually gets a 2-man black hole, but there's absolutely no follow-up. Clockwork ends up trying to go deep on this OD. This OD is trying to survive, but the Mega Creeps are here. They're just beating down their base. Now Drow offensive force staffs herself in, and the Chronosphere takes her down. The Shadow Fiend is kind of running around with his head cut off. Trying to see if he can get this Ancient taken care of. This OD just gets mauled by the Mega Creeps. They are all over the place. Void's going to see what he can do. Enigma has no health. He might get mauled by them too. Even Void's having problems dealing with him. Oh, buyouts galore. Boy, that Shadow Shaman had a clutch grab on that OD, on that Omni Knight down there. Buyouts all over the place. Let's switch them because I'm kind of curious. Drow and Clockwork still do have them available. Ancient.
So to answer your question, it looks like that the Time Walk distance is picked up 56% of the time and wins 2.7% more. So it's not a huge difference, and I bet that it could basically be explained by the difference between carry and offlane Void.
And that makes a lot of sense. I just can't. I know there are others. I'm just having troubles thinking of like a talent that I feel I'm like, oh man, this is definitely the obvious choice, but I think that one's a little bit more.
I think most of the time when you're talking about move speed talent,
Yeah.
the other one is...
Yeah, I get them occasionally, but man, I think it's 2 heroes, if I remember right. I feel the same way about gold talents sometimes too, though.
Yeah, I think early gold talents, unless you're like a support, you know it's going to go late, and you're like the 5, it's
Yeah.
almost never worth going for.
I agree, and I agree 100%. That is
The
always
Punk gold talent is probably the notable exception to that.
That's level 20 now, not 25, if I remember right. Thought that got changed. Maybe I'm just completely wrong, which is definitely possible.
You are completely wrong.
Ah, bummer.
It surprisingly though wins 4.5% less than the Dream Coil auto attack,
Oh,
even
wow.
though it's picked up 72% of the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
It could be explained potentially by people only get the Dream Coil auto attack when they're like way far ahead.
yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. 4.5% is pretty significant though. You usually don't see that big a difference between.
No, especially when it's that much more picked.
This Roshan is going to have the refresher orb.
I
Who
assume
they going to give it to?
Omni Knight, right?
Yep,
Ugh.
maybe.
Omni Knight did pick up the Aegis, is still kind of hanging out. Enigma gonna get caught out by this Drow Ranger. Ethereal bladed up several times over. Aegis of the Mortal. Apparently they decide that it's just not worth it.
Yeah, a little bit more BM from this Dire team here as they get gone on here. Great chrono there onto 3 heroes. Hammer does go down. They do good DPS here.
Oh, OD actually got aggressive force-staffed, and that is going to be his death. Michael Jackson not able to protect him. Does get ethereal bladed up himself. Shadow Shaman, the remaining hero. He's going to try to run, but GG is called.
The Lil B able to delay this game for quite a bit there. 7K lead that they extended out that for quite a long time. Just not quite able to catch up in farm.
Well, guys, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with Game 2 of this 2-game series in just a few minutes. Hello, everybody. This is Seal Season 3, the Sunday Evening Amateur League. I am Sequoia. I have Legion with you. We have Game 2, and for whatever reason on my screen, Doom and Clockwork are frozen in time. Kind of creepy, actually. And then, oh man, the hero that has Reddit on fire, the Terrorblade. Do you like Terrorblade? I think he's pretty good.
I don't like Terrorblade, but I think he's a good hero. His double ultimates there. They were talking today on Twitter after the third place game between Liquid. Oh man, who did they play? Fnatic. How they thought that Sunder was going to get nerfed afterwards.
10 seconds remaining.
Was that a weird way to do a tournament? You have a
5 seconds remaining.
Was that the first time that we saw like a battle for third place?
It is the first time we've seen it. It's not weird because of the qualifying points. So the way that ESL did it is that the third place team got more qualifying points and more money than the fourth place team. So they wanted to differentiate. Usually at those tournaments, like, first place gets so much, second place gets so much, and then it's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. So I thought that was kind of a cool little change.
I don't know why I didn't think of that, but that makes way more sense. But so back to the Terrorblade, I definitely think Sunder needs a nerf. That ability sucks. Like, it just sucks. You bring the guy down and then he just freaking uses it on anything around him. Like, I mean, your ally, you can use it on a support. I mean, if you have your support behind you, just hanging out in the back, which, most of the time your supports are, you just use it on the support and the support just walks away. Like, you don't even have to use it like on an enemy hero. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do to change it though. That's the only hard part.
Could be. I think that the 25 talent will probably get changed. That would be my guess.
That's the ridiculous cooldown on Sunder.
It makes it so it has like a 5 or 10 second cooldown, something like that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, something else Legion and Sequoia agree on is AA. What a great Sunder target if you need to Sunder something.
No. He's not a good Sunder target because he's going to be in the fountain throwing out.
Oh, that's right. But what if he has boots of travel? Because
okay, that's a next level play right there. Throw out your ultimate, bots in, activate your ult.
Oh yeah, that's something right there. I do like the Doom to help deal with Terrorblade. I mean, Terrorblade has ways to negate that. You can get a Lincoln Sphere, which is. I think when you're looking at getting Lincoln Spheres, I think Doom is a good reason to. But man, I'm liking this Weeb draft quite a bit actually. Pulls out the Zeus, got the Doom, Disruptor, love Disruptor.
Both drafts actually look very strong. The AA, we joke about how he's basically just an ultimate, but he can be a very strong laner, especially in combination with this Terrorblade.
That's
you
true.
Get meta up, plus that chilling touch damage. I mean, they could do some pretty good work with it. So
yeah, I guess I didn't think
he's a
of
good laning presence.
The slow with the meta is actually probably pretty good. I guess I didn't quite think about that.
The question will be is what do they want to do in the off lane? And Weeb needs a right-click hero. The Gyrocopter, the most popular hero at ESL, banned out.
10 seconds
Lifestealer could be pretty good here.
He got
you have a
banned
vehicle
out.
with the clock. Did he?
Yep.
5 seconds
Oh, yep, self-banned.
I was
so
actually thinking of that too. So
Juggernaut, maybe? They need something to deal with the illusions. Arc Warden,
Wow.
okay.
Huh.
I'm not sure how I feel about the Arc Warden. I mean, yes, he is pretty good. The Terrorblade is most effective when he's meted up, which means that they have essentially four ranged heroes here, and Arc Warden does very well against ranged heroes, so interesting pick. It'll depend on how good the micro skills are from whoever plays this from Weeb. Arc Warden can be just a devastating hero if he is able to get a good start and if he's good at that split push kind of micro, the illusion, the doppelganger, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, I think it'll work pretty well. Arc Warden's always just I
So
don't know.
Lil B needs to think about maybe pick up some kind of melee core here. They could throw the puck into the off lane if they wanted, but he's probably best against the Zeus. You could do like an aggro try, have the Terrorblade Ancient Shaman go up there, and then pick something for the safe lane. Maybe okay, or they could just disregard that completely and go for another range hero. So. Not really 100% sure what they're going to do with this. It looks like Truck Waffle is going to play the Luna, so 659 playing the Terrorblade. Is this a
Must be a mid Terrorblade?
mid Terrorblade? Or is he just going to... Maybe it's just aggro try, and then you have the Luna go up against the Doom off lane? I don't know. I have no idea. Like, we want to talk about weird drafts that they had last week. This is a weird draft.
Yeah.
I'm not sure at all what they're going to do with this.
I would agree that the Luna was I did not expect that. Not even a little bit. That was
10 seconds
I mean,
remaining.
they got to be going on aggro try, right? I think Luna would be the hero you'd want to send in the aggro try, but at the same time that would put Satan in the mid then? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out here in a sec, right?
Yeah.
Options are wide open.
I mean, it's a crazy game here. We've got Arc Warden, we've got whatever Lil B have got going on here. It'll be a very interesting game. You know, who can execute? I mean, I think both these drafts really are very even, so it's going to come down to who could do the better job of executing their game plan.
I will say we sometimes doubt Little B's laning in these weird drafts, and I'm not. If I were the other team, I would be a little bit cautious because sometimes these lanes, I think they kind of take you by surprise.
Well, and I don't even want to analyze this till I know like what they've got going where, because it's just,
Prepare for
you know.
battle.
So we do. It looks like at least Luna's in the safe lane. Yeah. So Puck is gonna. Oh boy. All sorts of BM tonight.
Seems like it's all in good fun. First game, I wasn't so sure, but then they were talking in the lobby, and it
Okay.
seemed more like it was in good fun.
Okay, I wasn't really paying attention, to be 100% honest. Terrorblade will be pretty interesting. It was kind of sad. My new favorite support, well, not my personal favorite, just maybe personal favorite of the meta, Naga, was banned out both games. That hero was surprisingly effective. A little bit surprised by that. I do love the Disruptor, though.
This is gonna be a quite interesting lane matchup between the Terrorblade and the Zeus. I don't know how Terrorblade's gonna deal with this. I mean, he's got meta, so if the Zeus is gonna have to be careful while meta's up, so that he doesn't get reflected and then just eaten alive by meta.
Uh-oh, Luna got picked off, and looks like Doom's gonna go down as well. Tries to go for some body blocks, but oh wow, actually ends up getting a shackle as well. Just gonna get some more right clicks. Not gonna get the kill though. Might be able to contest this room though. Even pops up a observer. Gets a really nice observer.
Well, as we've been talking about, First Blood probably worth 3 runes here, as that means 120 gold going the way of each of the heroes of Little B. So, yeah, they give up, you know, the 500 gold to, well, 400-ish gold.
Terrorblade
Radiant,
just
but-
starts with meta. Gonna show dominance early, as Minivan Man always says. Guess assuming that he's gonna need it for right-clicking in these early levels, he's gonna have a hard lane. And we have apparently a roaming Doom. That will be, I think mid lane will be very, very interesting. Doom kind of hanging out in the jungle over here. Not really getting much I'm not sure what I think about the roaming Doom. I thought we were going to see a roaming clock as effective as he was last game.
Well, Roaming Doom is basically how he's played in most of the pro matches now, so he's very effective with that Infernal Blade. He can run around, just toss that out. Scorched Earth makes him pretty durable and also pretty fast. He's got the boots. Once he gets Scorched Earth, he gets 14% more movement speed. As the clock throws Battery Assault up and going after these supports here, they do juke away from it, though. Right click's coming out from the Shadow Shaman, not going to be able to get in range for anything. And now the turn. Shackles, you come out onto the Clockwork. There's the Infernal Blade. Cogs up away from the Doom, actually. This Shadow Shaman is burning down, but it's not going to be enough. Kind of a mistake there on the Cog. The Clockwork trying to save his own life there, I think, but actually knocks the Shadow Shaman away from his ally, not allowing them to get the kill.
And then Luna's just doing her thing over here. Just we have all out battle between the supports, and then we just have Luna just kind of hanging out, which I think she's doing the right thing, right? It's just kind of funny. It's 2-minute ruins. Getting grabbed up.
Doom is rotating towards the mid lane here. Meta not up. Reflection is, though. The Lightning, he's going to get spotted out. Takes a couple tower shots. Actually, like 4 tower shots there. Lots of lost HP for that transgression. Now he's just going to stand on the ramp and dare the Terrorblade to come towards the lane.
Yeah, I think Doom probably was watching, maybe had meta written down, knowing it was down.
Satan in this bottom lane needs to be careful, otherwise he is going to fall very quickly. Can that flux damage turn into something? But instead he's going to orb forward.
Cancels this orb.
Oh, I think that the waifu Ade misclicked there because he actually attacked a creep. So I don't know if he like A-clicked instead of...
Got some more action here in the top lane. Frozen Feet will be procced. Doom ends up going down. Nice grab from these two supports. Clockwork. He's going to see if he can get some action done on this AA. Looks like AA is going to man up. Frozen Feet actually going to proc because of his own cogs. Now Luna's here. Going to start beating into him, but the Shadow Shaman with that massive, what is it? 84 damage.
Bottom lane, Puck is in a lot of trouble here. Does phase out of one attack, but not able to phase out of the next. Good rotation from the Disruptor, throwing the best level 1 nuke in the game onto that Puck and doing a lot of damage there.
Looks like he went 1-1-1, which I think is definitely correct way to handle Disruptor in 99% of games. His abilities are all just pretty decent at level 1. Obviously, Glimpse is fairly weak, but still can be very effective in certain situations.
And the Satan actually teleports into lane and immediately down to half health thanks to Flux. Just such a strong ability.
It's weird how it works, too. I think if you don't play against an A or an Arc Warden very often, it can really throw you off.
This Luna is just getting whatever she wants, and the Terrorblade actually doing fairly well himself, keeping pace with the safe lane Arc Warden, if you'll believe that.
I was just about to say, let's check in on mid, because I'm very curious in that. Looks like Satan ends up going down again. Almost picks off the Arc Warden, but not enough firepower from the Puck so far. I think you're probably reasonably okay with that, though. This Luna is just having the game of her life. Level 5 already. Almost picks off the Clockwork. Clockwork's thanking the Ice Frog that she wasn't at 6. Looks like we have more action up here on the Doom. Doom's going to get cold feet off. And then, oh, the Centaur Stomp, and it's going to get him away. Is Shadow Shaman able to get in range? Cold Feet ends up getting enough damage on him and takes him down. That Centaur Stomp. Thought that saved his life there for a second.
It was very close there. If he would have gotten up the hill a little bit further, that night vision would have kicked in, but just not quite fast enough.
Well, and they have a ward there too, so I think that did help with that kill.
Clockwork being very aggressive here is going to get caught out. Shackles, Luna's here as well. Cold Feet now. He throws cogs up, but he's going to freeze. He grabs the rune, and will die for his transgressions. Killing spree for the Shadow Shaman, 3-0 and 2. This dude, he's feeling it right now. He is so rich for a support at 6 minutes.
Full magic wand, ward, boots, and halfway to his arcane orb. He is, boy, Knight's a Lil having a pretty decent laning phase. Significant difference between last game. Maybe last game's draft was just too conventional. Looks like Puck's gonna probably go down in this off lane again. As good as the laning phase is, this Arc Warden is also having a pretty amazing laning phase. Almost has a Midas. Probably will have it picked up in maybe a minute or two. Pretty quick, though.
It's a little bit slower than he would like it. I mean, usually you want it around the 7-minute mark. I mean, if you're really having a good lane, the 6-minute mark, but you want to have it probably around the 7-8 minute mark. He's maybe gonna hit that 8-minute mark, but it'll be close.
Luna pulls down her ult. However, the ward is not there this time, and Clockwork able to scurry around the trees and get out of vision. I don't know when that ward expired, but it must have just recently expired. Luna gonna salve up, bringing her back at full health. Zeus takes out the Shadow Shaman from afar. Looks like we have all sorts of action over here. Looks like Doom will follow. And this tower is actually taking some recent hits from the creeps. Terrorblade. He is also going to survive. Not really 100% sure what happened over there. I was watching this Luna just do her thing. Not much she can do about it. She's just having a fantastic time farming. Zeus is keeping up with her, though. Only on par with CS right now. So we move over to the net worth chart. Just both battling each other for top net worth spots. As well as this Arc Warden's doing. I'm surprised his farm's not up as high as it is.
Arc Warden, I mean, he does have the Midas on the way here. He's not really going to take off until that Midas comes out, and then before you know it, he's going to have like Treads and Maelstrom, and then, or not Treads, he'll have Brown Boots and Maelstrom, and then he'll have Boots of Travel, and then he'll be split pushing all everywhere, and yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, like we're doing pretty good holding him back, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, he's got 3 items. Doom standing in the trees here. Looks like he's maybe AFK watching the Luna go through here. The Clockwork gonna get away, but the Doom not gonna be so lucky as the Ether Shock will take him down.
Shadow Shaman again, getting even more net worth. Picked up some consumables. Just is gonna put his arcane boots a little bit. Zeus comes in here, lays down the power from heaven, and is enough to take out the Luna. Puck goes again on the off lane, the hasted Zeus. Nice rotation from him, wanting to stop this Luna's farm. She was just getting too out of control, and he punished her heavily.
Yeah, and less than a minute ago, this Arc Warden got his Midas. He's already got Brown Boots, and he's got 700 gold towards the Maelstrom. So it's watch out, because if he continues to have a free lane. But in the top lane here, Clockwork, Battery Salt's up here. He's going to get cold feeded up. Can he get away? Wands, just to be sure, and yes, he will.
Yeah, the Shadow Shaman was a little too close.
659 in some trouble there. He gets rooted up here. Can they? Oh, he didn't go in after it. The Doom.
Is he gonna be able to get away?
They're gonna chase it out here. Zeus is looking, wants to grab a Thunderbolt, but not gonna be able to do it. The Puck rotates over there. I don't know what BMTS was doing there. He got the great root. He could have Scorched Earth and then Infernal Bladed. That's a definite kill. Maybe just worried about the Sunder, I guess. That's probably what it was. Yeah, that's almost certainly what it was.
Yep, you're right. That Sunder, it's definitely worth being.
Supports are smoked up here for Lil B. Moving on towards the middle lane. They want to get this Zeus. They know that he's farming pretty well. Here comes the rotation. There's the Sunder. Man, Terrorblade doesn't even need them. But the Shackles will go there anyway, and actually the AA gets the kill.
I'm not sure how AA gets the kill there, but I think that they're probably reasonably okay with that. Zeus just gets obliterated by that Sunder. Maybe thinking he could probably burst down the Terrorblade fast enough, but now meta is up and the tower starts
gonna
being
go down
sieged.
again.
He's having a very hard game.
Those Tempest doubles, there's 2 Spark Wraiths, 2 Fluxes, just not able to stand up towards the damage of the Arc Warden.
It's like we have 3 here at mid. Gonna start dealing with this Terrorblade. Who's gonna have to back up. Luna almost has her Mask of Madness online. Level 9, almost gonna hit level 10.
I like the decision from Luna to go Mask of Madness here. Not only does it help you farm, but it gives you a little bit more push potential, and I think that really needs to be Lil B's game. Get this Terrorblade into a lane with the Shadow Shaman at 6, which he's still quite a ways away from that, but if you can get these supports to 6, and then you can just 5 up, take towers.
I think Terrorblade's gonna die out of this one. Light up the ult, Zeus ult will come down, and Terrorblade was in the middle of a TP, not able to get a Sunder off. Doom actually gonna come up here on this AA. He is infernal, or he is gonna likely gets the Hadouken off, and there goes the AA, and get the Shadow Shaman as well, and he had a killing streak going. So good kill from the Disruptor, gets some gold heading his way.
I believe he actually died
before
that, so that he did not get it. He did not have a kill streak.
Knight's a little.
There's that Maelstrom, 3 minutes in.
Oof. And this Puck is not really able to do much about it. Puck is actually doing better in experience than I was thinking he would.
It's one of those things where, as the offlaner, like, even though you're dying, as long as you're next to creeps and gathering experience, it's alright.
So as we kind of be shifting in the mid game here, Radiant are getting some pretty decent objectives. One tier 1 is down on the side of the Radiant, but it's also the tower you're kind of expecting to lose with a Luna game.
The one concern is that as these supports start to get levels, if they don't start to death, like if they do start to death ball, instead Luna's going to take on an ancient stack here. That's going to give more gold to the supports that stack this up.
Yeah, really.
We saw last game how important it is to get farm on your supports.
Yeah, really good change. I really like that change. Doesn't get them a lot, but you know, they just need some. Ooh, she might actually
15% of an ancient stack, though, is a pretty hefty amount of gold. You're probably looking at something like 250, 300 gold.
Oh, now Luna will shrine up, at least partially shrine up.
Well, this Doom is in the area, and he does have Doom.
And here it comes. Doom is activated. Now Shadow Shaman's going to have to see what he can do to protect her. They're actually laying in all sorts of pain. Infernal Blade does come out, and now I think Doom is probably going to kill her. Gonna have to see if he can get the deny. Oh, and here comes the Zeus ult, not able to connect.
Oh, now the hook shot onto the Shadow Shaman here as he's in trouble. Battery assaulted up, and he will die as well. Terrorblade throws up the reflection in the bottom lane here. AA goes down. The TP, yes.
And he is out of there. Does Sunder not do a mini stun anymore?
It is not.
Okay. I figured as much, but. Oh, actually. Really nice play from Puck. Dodges the most of the ult there, but here comes Zeus. Oh, still gets the rocket flare, but gonna probably build. Oh, Puck wasn't able to get away. Now this courier is flying around. Does end up dropping the item off on the Terrorblade. Now Zeus might try to get out of there. He is not able to complete his TP. He gives a decent chunk of change to the Terrorblade. And man, all sorts of all chat going on here. Oh, the Luna's gonna run into the whatever her name is, Arc Warden. Oh, gets the clone but doesn't get the real one. And Arc Warden does survive. Just barely. Oof. Sitting here 11 and 16.
Puck is at the top lane, wants to go for this Arc Warden. Guesses the wrong way. Blind coil?
No blind coil.
Yeah, this Arc Warden boots of travel maelstrom. Like, it's happening.
Pretty much exactly how you said it, too. I mean, you said less than 10 minutes he would have those things, and he does.
Yeah, it's about 7 minutes. So, in the time that it took him to get, a little under the time it took him to get Midas, he's basically tripled his net worth. It's just what that hero does with the dual Midases. And he's actually going to go for Mask of Madness next. Kind of interesting considering he wants to cast a lot of spells, but I suppose if you cast Flux and on your clone and then get the Mask of Madness off, that's going to be a ton of damage, so... Gonna have to have quick
Doom
fingers though.
ends up getting the Doom off on the Terrorblade. Now Terrorblade's gonna have to run out of here. Does get a nice Infernal Blade and a Hadouken. Probably gonna need to kill him. But the Zeus is ready and blasts him down. Gets a kill. Zeus's ults have just been on par this game. 5, 2, and 6. I mean, I know it's not a hard.
Clockwork getting going on here by the Satan Puck. He's just going to TP out once again. No!
Whoa!
The coil.
The coil
No,
burst.
it was the illusory orb. I don't think the coil breaks when... Oh, no,
No, it does. Yep, it does.
When you TP?
Yep.
It does?
Yep.
Okay, never mind.
I have died to it many times. That's why I know.
Today I learned.
Yep, it does proc it, and then since it doesn't do any initial damage, it's a little bit more damage when you break it.
Arcorden gonna get a tower. Very little contested. The double's gonna go forward onto the AA here. That's tons and tons of damage here. It does get cold feeded up. The Sunder actually coming out from the Terrorblade saves the AA from what? I'm not sure, but
Maybe worried about a Zeus ult, but Zeus ult's down for... I guess it's fairly close.
I don't think you want to take his death from a Zeus ult for your AA.
No, yeah.
He's probably just worried about like a right click in the air or something like that was gonna hit him. And he knew the shrine was up. It's actually gonna meta to farm, and it just kind of shows how they feel that this game is going. It's actually not as bad as they might be feeling it is, though. Only 3k difference.
I mean, really, we're talking like a tower and a team and a couple hero picks, right? I mean, it's pretty freaking close. And I think
the mid lane tower is pretty low, so they could, if they wanted to, they could pretty easily take this. The Arcwarden is in position to potentially defend, but now he's going to go into the top lane here. Wants to get a push of his own going on. And this tower is sitting at about half health, so he should be able to kill this as well. Doom is running around here up in the top lane. He's got Scorched Earth up. He's got Doom in 5 seconds. If Satan isn't too careful, he could get Doom, but he's got supports rotating in here. The Hex, but he'll be able to walk away. Now Arcwarden knows this is going on. Actually, Mask of Madnesses so that he can get back and away. Knows that Dream Coil's up. Doesn't want to get hit by it. The Illusionary Orb does miss the Doom. Spark Wraith goes down into the trees just in case the puck was to jaunt in there.
looks like the Doom is going to run out and cast Doom on the puck, and I was correct. And now the Shadow Shaman kind of sitting in the back line here, gets a pretty decent ult off. And now Disruptor is, oh, but here comes the dirty Nimbus Cloud. Heroes go down on both sides. 1 for the Dire, 2 for the Dire, 2 for the Radiant. It looks like Clockwork tries to go for the Luna, but not successful. And now this Arc Warden going to start cleaning up creeps and likely probably kill this tower.
Yeah, very good positioning from the Shadow Shaman in the trees there. Able to throw the wards down into the middle of the fight, zoning off, basically cutting it into two. Gets a stun onto the Disruptor before he can glimpse the puck back. Puck's able to live because of that. Yeah, the supports die, but all in all, probably not the biggest of deals.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman saved that fight, though. Big time. Tempest Double comes out on the Shadow Shaman now. He is probably not going to survive this. However, here comes Luna. Going to start coming here, probably hop in the bubble, starts blasting down the A. Oh, big AA ult's going to come in here and take out the Arc Warden. Big kill. That was a huge chunk of gold for the AA. Would have been like to probably have it go towards. Oh, and then Doom actually gets ran down by the Terrorblade as well. Only does lose the puck in the end, but they're probably pretty happy with that. Yeah, decent.
Pretty big mistake from the arc warden there. Runs outside of the magnetic field and then tries to turn around and attack back into it, and not able to do that.
Oh, I didn't realize that he couldn't do that.
I believe that it protects everyone.
Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, good play from Luna then, really knowing how that ability works, unlike me. Tells you how often I play against freaking Arc Wardens, and all they do is kill me, so.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
At least it doesn't say in the tooltip that he can do it. Usually that's a thing that it says in there.
Yeah, I bet you're right. It did feel like he wasn't really causing a lot of damage. Well, we're down to a 2k net worth lead, which I think Knights of Lil are pretty happy with, considering. Arc Warden's kind of a weird hero. Does okay, but Shadow Shaman trying to get out of the range of this puck. Not able to. Nimbus Cloud does come in here. AAL going to come in as well. Probably not going to survive that one, Clock. No, you're not. Zeus ult comes in here. Disruptor actually gets a pretty decent Thunder Strike off. Might kill the puck there. Nope, not quite enough. And Zeus ult was already expended. Could potentially drop another Nimbus here in 10 seconds and try to pick her off, but that would be the only thing. Doom just hanging out up here, waiting for Luna to show up. Has everything ready. Walks right by her. No. Doom!
There he goes.
Throw down the Infernal Blade. Here comes the Spark Wraith. Luna's in all sorts of trouble. Arc Warden does arrive as well. Sits in the bubble. Actually goes re-invisible. And then Arc Warden blasts her down. And Courier goes immune. And gonna be okay. Nice micro on the Courier, though. That Doom, that was patience right there. Sat there for quite a while.
Yeah, great placement of the magnetic field there for the Arc Warden too, making sure that Doom's not going to take any more right clicks from the Luna. So it's a good pick for them.
And it's off.
And once again, like the gold lead has been pretty consistent for the last 10 minutes really, but it feels like momentum-wise we'll be just slipping a little bit behind.
Yeah.
So the Manta is up for the Terrorblade, so he's going to be pretty scary when Meta is up. A little surprised here that they don't elect to just group up and take a couple of these towers. I don't know that there's a whole lot that the Radiant can do against a 5-man assault besides split push. I mean, they could have the Arc Warden split, but I don't know that they really want to take a direct 5-on-5 engagement. I mean, with the wards and the eclipse and the terror blade reflections, the AA ult, the coil, like there's so much team fight on Lil B that if they do decide, or when they decide to go for this Doom,
looking for another kill. No detection so far.
he does not have a Doom, so he does not want to do this.
Get some good scouting information, but that is about it. Looks like Puck is going to go for a Yule Scepter next. Curious what Terrorblade goes next, if he finishes his Hurricane Pike or goes for something different.
I would imagine Scotty got to be pretty close to in the offings. I mean, he could finish the Hurricane Pike.
Oh.
As the Doom gets scouted out here, the Nimbus will stop the shackles, but doesn't really matter as BMTS will fall.
Dire just completely surrounded him. No escape for him. Nimbus Cloud was a nice try. Shadow Blade up for the Arc Warden. I think you're right, kind of opting to probably prep for a lot of split push, knowing the 5-man is going to happen here in the near future. A little surprised Puck isn't going for a blink.
Yeah, I guess just kind of valuing the ability to get out of the Disruptor ult or save herself potentially from like a battery assault.
BM against his own teammates. This Arc Warden's going to continue to be a lot of problem for Knights of Lil.
Yeah, he's gonna finish up Mjolnir next. Just add more damage. Reflection on the double there. It's not even really doing a lot of damage.
Luna comes in here and lays down the full ult on Clockwork. He tries to get his blade mail off, but not quite enough. Actually, the Eclipse is still going on Doom. AA ult will come in there. They're going to have to take out the Luna. Doesn't end up getting it. I don't know who even killed her. It looks like Doom. Arc Warden's now here. Wants to see if he can get an easy kill on this AA, and I would say odds are extremely likely. Oh, does end up getting it. Oof. Arc Warden is just can be anywhere. I think at this point you just have to, if you get a pick off like that, you can just expect an Arc Warden showing up at one point.
And the doubles are going to go for the Shaman here. The wards do go down, bubble in response, but includes the wards in that. You're going to go for the kill instead, and we'll get it.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Terrorblade.
They will get the tower here with the remnants of the wards plus the shot, the illusion.
Oh, what a good support. Tells those wards to back off on the tower, go for the creeps, and Terrorblade gets the kill.
Is under attack.
Now, another tier 2 under assault. Bubbles come out. Tempest doubles out as well. Puck.
Just dead tower and not a whole lot you can do about it.
Nope. Puck definitely knows not to engage. Would have just died.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Zeus has his Aether lanes online, working on his own boots of travel. Terrorblade almost has his Scotty online, very close. AA is going to get a Yule's Scepter next. Arc Warden just continuing to grow in this net worth chart. His split push is going to continue to be ridiculously scary when the 5-man on Knights of Lil finally decides to happen.
Nimbus comes out onto the puck there, trying to find something with the double damage Doom, but he did not have Doom up quite yet at that point. He is going to Shadow Blade and move towards the mid lane here. Maybe trying to get he has Doom now. It will go out onto the puck here. The Zeus ult is available if they want to expend it. The Hex comes out. There's the Zeus ult. This pretty much guarantees the death of the puck, though he can get denied here. Doom will go down, and Truckwaffle getting the kill and the deny. And he's like, man, if only I got gold for denies.
Report my truck. Yeah. Good play. I thought the Doom... I actually was surprised the Zeus ult didn't do much damage to Puck.
And it's off.
Truckwaffle, what does he got? What do you think of the Heaven's Halberd on him? Is he worried about that Arc Warden that bad?
Probably. I mean, and he probably should be as well. He's the only source, really, of right-click damage, so if you can neutralize him, it will be pretty big for a team fight. It is not an item that you see a whole lot on the Luna, but considering you have a off-lane Puck and a mid-lane Terrorblade, somebody's got to go some kind of utility.
That's true.
The Puck has it as well, though.
Puck is opting to get that Blink Dagger next, since his Yule's is complete.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tempest double, Mask of Madness up, just beating into this tier 2 mid. Clockwork goes down. Looks like Puck caught him out with the meta. This Terrorblade's getting pretty scary, Legion.
Yeah, he has a tendency to do that. And, you know, the Arc Warden is quite far he had quite a good start, but he's not really that far ahead. And when you're the Arc Warden, you really want to be that far ahead.
Is he kind of like an alchemist in that way? Like, you know, even though you're ahead, you're not really ahead because you gotta be a little bit further ahead from everyone else.
I don't think he's quite as bad as Alchemist, but I mean, to an extent, I think you definitely want to be a little bit further ahead than a normal carry wants to be ahead, just because you're going to have those double Midases, the ability to get from one side of the map to the other very quickly. I think the bigger concern is not the gap between him and the cores, it's how his other cores are doing. Like, it seemed like Vel on the Shadow Fiend in the last game just was able to have a much bigger effect on the game than he's able to have as the Zeus. And 659 taking a lot of damage here. There's a gem sitting in the middle of this Nimbus, and does he want to go get it? He's trying to decide. He's like, I think I just want to wait for this to end. And Satan's like, all right, I'm here. Let's kill it. Tower will help me.
Yeah. Now we'll claim this gem back. I think it is theirs. Yep. I think that's pretty smart. They do have a decent amount of invis. I think the Zeus or the Doom and the Arc Warden have Shadow Blades. Try to take some control of the map. Get ready for some team fights. Probably see if they can clear out some wards. Pop a smoke. Try to take a fight. Clockwork. Pretty aggressive. Eclipse over here on the invisible Doom. Nimbus gonna come out, deal with that Luna a little bit. And the Clockwork does actually end up going down.
That is an Eclipse wasted for a missed kill on the Doom, so kind of a big ult going down. But this is the time of the game that we talked about, the 5-man push coming out here from Lil B. And look at the tower melt. The Terrorblade's not even here hitting it. He's back in the battle. Ooh, that temp is double. Did all kinds of damage there.
Yeah, just ran it in the back line, tried to pick off the supports, which they were in the correct position, but not in the correct position for this Tempest double. Almost kills both of them. Luckily, the Terrorblade had illusions kind of walking by and saved their life. Arc Warden does have BKB available. Looks like with the clock down, they want to see if they can take Roche. Nimbus will scout this out, though. Doom is in the back line. Shadow bladed up. Doom available.
They actually don't have the sentry here for this. He
oh, Doom snatches the Aegis, and here comes the Arc Warden. They're going to see if they can punish him for it. He will throw down the Doom on the Luna. Looks like Luna's likely going to fall. Clockwork going to re-engage. The time Terrorblade does get his ult off. Gives him some little extra protection, but man, heroes are going down for left and right. Doom down for the Radiant, 2 down for the Dire. Looks like the Dire want to get some more. Puck is a little bit caught out by this. Oh, the Eul Scepter's knocking. Oh, nice blink away. Clockwork was looking for him. Doesn't look like he is going to get him. AA, however, is probably going to be the next death for the Dire. He's trying to survive. Gets a decent shrine off. Only going to delay his death for a little bit longer. Actually, Terrorblade comes up here. Going to get a reflection off on this Clockwork. I don't think they're going to be able to kill him, but ends up getting another reflection off. Puck is still available. Oh, ends up getting glimpsed back. A little bit of confusion over here on the other side. Puck is still alive. Terrorblade not really sure whether he wants to commit or not. Puck face shipped again. Still alive somehow. I don't know how. Terrorblade's got to get out of here. And now on the back line, Puck is on the run. Wraith thing, mine, whatever you call that thing, is trying to hunt him down. Looks like Doom's going to be looking for the Puck. Shadowblade up. Ooh, does spot him. Oh, but Satan, really fast trigger fingers, continues the move. Going to go hide out in Doom's base, and the TP is going to get popped. Doom probably going to blink, but not in time. Woo! Oh,
huge fight for Weeb there. The Doom jumps in, snatches the Aegis. Yeah, he goes down twice in short order, but they take the Aegis. They win the fight. Extend their lead for the first time, really, in the last probably 20 minutes.
I'm really surprised with as much Shadow Blade is they do have 2 Shadow Blades, essentially 3 Shadow Blades up on the Radiant. How there weren't more wards and sentries out around the Baruch bit.
I guess they're just figuring the Puck had the gem, and so he was standing up by the Ancients, which is the most common spot for somebody to come. But the Doom came from the top, and the Arc Warden actually came from the other side here, so...
Doom
able
tries
to-
to get the Troll Trap on Puck, but Puck, again, really fast fingers. Not able to get that Troll Trap down. It was a big fight. I think Dire want to do another one. I'm guessing a smoke probably in tow. Of course, I could be
Good lord, I
completely
look away from this Arc Warden for a couple minutes, and he's got Bloodthorn, BKB, MKB. I mean, I guess it has
my
been
gosh.
it has been probably 6, 7, maybe closer to 10 minutes since I clicked on him, but
That Bloodthorn's a pretty big pickup too.
it couldn't have been that long. It must have been like 6 or 7 minutes tops. It wasn't 10.
Luna's-
Oh, Doom in the top lane goes on to the Terror Blade here. He gets the Infernal Blade and the Doom. Zeus is here to provide support. There's a Nimbus and another Infernal Blade, and he will die, actually going down to Waifu there. So the Arc Warden picking up a kill. Terror Blade down for 81 seconds unless he wants to buy back. Truck Waffle in the middle of things here with Satan. The Lucent Beam will take out the Disruptor, but he goes in, gets Infernal Bladed up, Yules is up. The Eclipse going off, doing quite a bit of damage here. Zeus might be the next to fall. He will. Nimbus does go down. Backline here, coiled up is the Doom. He will break it, and the autos come out here from the Puck. He has the gem. Does he want to go into the base here? Yes, he does. The Infernal Blade goes up, but it's not able to connect. The Blink out. A full team wipe for Little B.
Wow.
And just like that, they've brought this game basically back to even.
This Puck is just having... he is playing so ridiculously well. Coming out
Here's
of
the
that
fight
rough...
recap too. Look at how much damage the Luna did. Over 5,000 damage there, mostly from the Eclipse.
Wow, that's a ton. It looks like maybe Luna overstayed her welcome. However, she does have a BKB. Starts laying into this Doom. Doom, maybe he overstayed his welcome. BKB will protect Luna to get her out of that static storm. She goes back in on these barracks, and now the Claves are bouncing all over the place. 2 racks go down. All 5 members of the Radiant are still dead. This is an easy, easy racks.
I can't believe that the Arc Warden didn't have buyback.
All the gold he has, I don't know why he wouldn't have it. I feel that's a significant mistake. I mean, Luna doesn't have a lot of life, neither does the Shadow Shaman.
They're just going to go for the win here. They recognize that they've got some time. Maybe won't get the win because the Tempest or the Arc Warden is going to be up in 5 seconds here. And if they're not careful, he might be able to make short work of them. He can put the bubble on the backside of this Ancient here to save it. He will do that.
Now, Zeus is back as well. I think it's time to leave. Nimbus is going to actually pack off Shadow Shaman. Luna's going to bail, knowing that they did a ton of work. Tier 2 goes down to the Terror Blade, and Little B, or Knights of Lil. Pretty significant team fight for them. All of a sudden, they were down by 6k, and now they're 12k ahead with all those rack kills.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Yeah, it just goes to show the power of the team fight in their lineup, and I kind of talked about that with the Ice Blast, the Eclipse, and Puck and everything else. They just kind of outlasted this. Like, they were behind for so long in this game, but just keeping the faith and knowing that all they had to do was get into the late game. The Arc Warden wealth would start to mean less and less, and actually the Luna is only about 600 gold behind him.
Yeah, I also think, like, 40 minutes in, you should have buybacks.
Radiant's
As a
bottom
core
shrine
hero,
has
no doubt.
fallen.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a pretty big mistake there from the Arc Warden,
Yeah,
and even from the Zeus, because he was short as well.
I'm a big fan of the 30-minute rule for buybacks for core heroes. I think at 30 minutes, you either need to be working on it or have buyback, and it's 40 minutes. There's almost no reason not to. I think his support's maybe 45, 47 minutes before you should have buyback, but at this late in the game, one bad fight, you're gonna, especially when they have a Luna on the other team. Like, one bad fight, you lost 2 racks, whereas maybe a buyback would have changed that.
Well, they are not quite out of it yet. They do have a barracks left here, and they have the arc warden, so they've got split push capability. If they can take a good fight here, keep these lanes shoved out, then you never know. Like, maybe they end up winning some kind of crazy base race here. But the Puck moving in onto the Clockwork into the top lane here. He gets the silence off. TP does come out. He does not want to commit the coil. He's going to Yules him up instead. The AAL will not connect. Now the coil is committed. The temp. Ooh, good lord. The Tempest double comes in there. And that's a lost gem. Nimbus and that Tempest double doing all kinds of work. The AAL just barely off, which allowed the Zeus combo to get into effect.
Uh-oh, Doom found Luna. And so
And
did
there's a hook
Clockwork.
shot Doom.
All sorts of... Luna is actually going to man fight Clockwork. She is probably going to go down, but... Oh, it goes to the deny, but not quite fast enough. 2 heroes.
Yeah, that's a huge streak going down. Vel picking up 1,000 gold for that kill.
Good God, Zeus is pretty fat, too. He's not very high in the net worth. Man, he has almost everything you could ever want. What does he get next?
It looks like he's going to go for a sheep stick. Usually at this point you see Zeus go for like a refresher, get the dual Nimbus, dual Thundergod's Wrath. But just recognizing that they need some kind of control, hopefully before these BKBs come out. Weeb is going to push up to the mid lane here, try to force some kind of buyback, some kind of reaction. I don't think they're going to need to on the side of Lil B, though. Sure, they lose that tower, but Puck's up in 5 seconds.
Puck did grab another gem as well. May not get scouted out. Puck gets the ridiculously fast illusionary orb. His Tempest double. It's gonna actually BKB and man fight. Oh wow, quick fingers on that Terrorblade actually saves the Shadow Shaman. That Tempest double is just laying all hell. Oh my gosh. One freaking hero BKB. I didn't realize you could BKB the Tempest double. I don't know why I didn't think about it, but does the BKB cool? How does that work for the Tempest double? Does it count down as well?
It counts down separately from
Okay.
the real.
Okay, but it still counts down even though.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Every items work exactly the same on
Yeah.
the Tempest double. So if you Midas, it follows its own cooldown. Like BKB follows the same cooldowns. Like everything functions exactly the same way.
Except Rapier. That's the only exception, right?
Yes, because it was like super OP.
Yeah. Yes. Regen.
Yeah,
rune.
being able to send your dude that can die and not drop items out with 3 rapiers is kind of ridiculous, it turns out.
Yeah, that was not a lot of fun in pubs. I'm glad that got the nerf hammer.
I don't even know if that's nerf hammer so much as just like actual balance.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
He's still a good hero. Like he's just not like destroy everything in the game good hero.
Guess what I mean by nerf hammer is he was so out of balance that it brought him back into balance. Luna has her MKB up. She's going to be attacking insanely fast now. Claves all over the place. They haven't scouted out that DD, which would be very nice for them if they want to take this Roshan. But the Clockwork kind of standing guard, knowing that Rosh is going to be a big objective that the Dire want to take.
This time Satan's up to their he knows their tricks. He knows the direction that they're probably going to come from. Walks right into an Arc Warden here. Does get silenced up. Gonna use Clockwork goes in, but a little bit too soon. Pay for that timing mistake with his life. Does have buyback. Zeusol, however, was used in that.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Picks off some shrines, and the pings are coming down. Arc Warden gonna pop his BKB. We're gonna have a little bit of a team fight here. Luna does already expend the Aegis. Arc Warden just doing a ton of damage, and it's only the Tempest double. Now Clockwork back, and Luna already down to a quarter health. Doom gets popped on the Puck. Now Puck's main utility of all of her items is not going to be very useful. However, the Terrorblade throws down the ultimate on the Doom, gets most of his health back, and now he's on the run. Now over here on the other side, Luna is on the run. Doom trying to hunt her down, and they do end up killing her twice. She's down for 91 seconds. Now the Nimbus Cloud comes out on the Terrorblade. He is silenced up, getting nuked down. He will fall, and the Puck gets picked off on the back end. Gem goes to the Doom. 4 heroes fall for the Dire, and now I have a feeling the AA is about to fall. I don't think that invisibility is going to protect him. Zeus will likely continue to pursue. Oh, but picks the wrong path. And now I'm hoping the fight recap will come up, but maybe not. Okay, maybe
Yeah,
not.
you missed it.
Oh.
The Zeus did like almost 8,000 damage, and the Arc Warden did like 6.
So here, buyback status chart is up. Luna, Terrorblade, and AA all have buybacks. Luna actually goes, or not Luna, Puck goes pretty deep there, but able to get out. Tempest double. Gonna start just beating into this tower. AA comes in with a frozen feet, but here comes the BKB. Does get popped. He's down to a 7-second charge on the Tempest double. Puck, very aggressive there. I'm not sure he does end up getting out of that. It's down to half health. This tower is down to half as well. Nice defense come out. No buybacks here yet. This Puck able to just murder these creeps as they come uphill. I am just shocked they didn't have to force buyback there. Tower is reasonably healthy as well. Now they have to back up. Creeps are heading in their base. And everyone's back up. So do we have Cheese using that fight? It was the one thing I didn't see. Yep, looks like it was used. So do you think we're going to have to wait for Roche, or do you think Dire are going to try to do a smoke maneuver, or what do you think is going to happen next?
I mean, I don't know that you need to feel... You didn't have to buy back, so I think that you could probably try to force a fight into the bottom lane. You just have to be a little bit more coordinated into it. If you can get the tower down, that's going to be a big help. So probably just have the Terrorblade use meta right outside, and then send illusions up here. Illusions kill that tower. If they group up on the Radiant, the Puck can hop in, Dream Coil, and you go from there. Or alternatively, you could just have the Shadow Shaman walk up here and throw wards down.
So it looks like the Puck did go for the 420 gold a minute instead of the Dream Coil Rapid Fire. Terrorblade actually goes for the meta range, which I'm a little surprised about.
Well, he just wants to siege. Like,
Meta
look how
is-
far back he can hit that from.
Meta is up and online. Gets a little bit blasted, but does end up phase shifting. Most of the Zeus all AA all going to come in now. Now, oh god, the Terrorblade is pissed. Just lays into the Doom. Doom is going to fall. Terrorblade can hit from so far away, but so can these Tempest double. These AA are just taking a ton of damage, and he's nowhere even near the fight. Doom comes in nice. Klimp's going to bring him back, and it looks like we have a buyback from the Doom, and the Dire are now on the run. Successful TP from the Shadow Shaman. Drum will be popped. I don't think they're going to catch this Luna, though. Oh, man, the range on this Terrorblade when he's in meta is just insane. Luna actually gets Invis. No gem. I couldn't remember if Doom had the gem or not.
He did, but he dropped it when he died.
Was the tier 3 tower up or was it already down?
It was up. They killed it in that push there.
Okay. I don't think I see that meta range very often. That is just insane with the Hurricane, with the Dragonlance too. Jesus. Looks like we are going to see a little bit of a forced attack on this mid racks. Tier 3 tower is likely going to fall. Terrorblade will not have. Doom gets procced up on a illusion though, so a little unfortunate for that. That's a big ult down. Clockwork gets a nice ult though and actually brings out the Terrorblade. Terrorblade's caught up in the cogs and the status storm, forced to BKB. The racks are gonna likely follow. AAL gonna come in. This could be pretty decent. Oh, it picks off the Arc Warden. Arc Warden's down for 99 seconds. Clockwork just skims out of that. Almost dies himself. Arc Warden bought back. Looks like
He's
Disruptor.
got to defend the base.
Disruptor's going to have to sacrifice himself. Radiant Courier died too. Not sure where that was. Tried to maybe get that gem. Not successful. Boy, that AA ult almost. I mean, it was pretty good as was, but man, if it would have hit that Clockwork, that would have been a significant 2 kills. Now looks like the Dire are going to go a little bit offensive themselves. Puck is just a gem buying machine with his 420 gold. Doesn't mind just waiting 2 minutes to get a gem.
And here we go again. The uphill defense. What can Weeb do? If they can get the right kills and force the right buybacks and do it one more time, they could potentially win. It will take great execution coming out here, but it's possible.
Meta is activated. Shadow Shaman wards do get dropped. Coil in the back line. Doom BKBs, Arc Warden BKBs on himself. Tempest Double does bring himself in. Looks like the range rackets might go down. Yeah, it does end up going down. Luna does end up falling. Terrorblade's doing what he can on the back line, but he's starting to take just a ton of damage from this Tempest Double. Ends up using his ult on his AA. Nice ult from the AA. But is it going to be enough? Looks like Zeus is going to fall down. The Puck is doing so much work on the back line here. Now the Terrorblade is going to have to probably run. Zeus bought back and going to have to try to get out of here. Puck is...
I cannot say enough for what Young Pup, the Shadow Shaman, did with those wards. Placed them perfectly in the middle there, which is right where you want to put the bubble if you're the Arc Warden, and that's what happened. The Arc Warden put the bubble down there so it would clip the racks. The wards were inside of it, which allowed them to take that ranged racks. Great play from him.
Yeah, I think he was the unsung hero in that fight. It was a little bit flashy from everyone else, but those wards did a ton of work. That Tempest Double and the Tempest just do so much freaking damage. Kinda wish Shadow Shaman would have went Scepter over Guardian Greaves Legion. I know. Had to say it.
Yeah. I mean, Greaves are okay. They're not... If you can get the Greaves, it's a little less bad, but yeah, I think I'd probably prefer to see the Scepter. Or even just like straight refresher like he's going now.
That Scepter is so brutal.
He actually didn't go for the ward attack damage either.
Oh, that's interesting.
He went for the ether shock damage, so trying to get more damage in the team fights, I suppose.
Guess it is 720 damage. It's fairly significant.
It is. I just in the siege that they're in right now, though, I just wonder if that extra damage would be more valuable.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if I've ever gotten not doing the Scepter, the ward damage. Guess we're probably coming up to the point where most heroes are level 25, except for the poor Disruptor. It is only the Disruptor and the Doom. I don't actually know Doom's talents. I don't see a lot of Doom right now. He can devour Ancients. I mean, the Cleave doesn't sound very good at level 25. He doesn't really attack very hard. Probably go for the Infernal Blade damage, right?
I would imagine so. I mean, I don't know. Cleave might actually be kind of nice because they do have
Uh-oh.
super creeps going against them.
Roshan is going to go down. We're going to probably see a little bit of a fight here. Here comes the Zeus Salt. AA actually cold-feeded himself. This Lotus Orb's actually doing pretty much a lot of work here from the... Oh, but the AAL is going to hit, and boom! Clockwork is down. Hits the Zeus and the Doom as well. The Tempest Double is trying to man-fight the Terrorblade, but he has Metamorphosis up, and he is not going to get away. The primary does go down as well. Doom comes in here and just smacks the Luna in the face. She doesn't care. And now heroes are dying left and right. Only 2 heroes are up from the Dire, and GG is called. Series take 1-1.
Yeah, they took a couple very good Roshan fights in this game, but that one, the Desperation one, just not quite able to do it. And so this will be a 1-1 split.
All right, everyone, that's it for All About Dota this evening. Thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed the cast, I highly encourage you to follow us on Twitch. That is so you can get all of the notifications for when we go live. And if you like us even more and want to support us, we do have a Patreon. Check it out at patreon.com/allaboutdota. For Legion, I am Sequoia, and we are All About Dota. We will catch you next time.